All right, let's just dive right into this. Welcome, everyone. So I want you to picture this. Right now, exactly as we're speaking, there is literally enough data to fill millions of hard drives surging through massive underwater fiber optic cables. It's cooling massive server farms, and it's beaming to screens in every single corner of the planet. Today, we're taking a deep, cinematic dive into a digital ecosystem that most of us interact with every single day, but honestly, very few of us truly understand. We're going to unpack the staggering, world-spanning infrastructure beneath the world's most popular video site. And listen, this explainer isn't just about viral videos or internet celebrities, not at all. It's really the story of how a super simple website evolved into one of the most powerful media, advertising, cloud infrastructure, and artificial intelligence businesses in all of human history.
And that brings us to the core driving question of our explainer today. How exactly does a platform take entirely free content and transform it into an absolute media empire? You know, when we log in, there's this beautifully crafted illusion that we're just consumers, right? We're just sitting back, enjoying free entertainment or education or some music. But in reality, we are active participants in a massive, highly sophisticated attention economy. We are quite literally part of the machinery.
And honestly, the scale of this machinery is almost incomprehensible. We're talking hundreds of hours of video being uploaded to this platform every single minute. Every day, billions, with a B, of videos are streamed across the globe. To even make that happen, you have to think about the physical reality of it all. They've built massive global data centers the size of small towns, complex liquid cooling systems running 24/7, and these insane content delivery networks that make sure a video loads instantly, whether you're sitting in Tokyo or Toronto. But here is the first major revelation of our analysis, and this is a thread we're going to pull on throughout this entire explainer. Despite those billions of daily views, the real product isn't actually the video itself.
Part 1. The illusion of free content.
So to really understand what the actual product is, we kind of need to look back at how this massive, seemingly free digital illusion got started. Back in 2005, three founders, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jad Karim, they essentially created a simple solution to one of the early internet's most frustrating problems. They just wanted to make online video easy to upload, share, and watch. That's it. In fact, the very first video ever uploaded was just this low-resolution 19-second clip called Me at the Zoo. It was literally just one of the founders standing in front of some elephants. It was a basic utility. But fast forward just 1 year to 2006, and Google recognized the incredible underlying potential and acquired the platform. And from that exact moment, it underwent this rapid, explosive evolution. It went from a simple video hosting site into a Google-backed global data powerhouse. Today, it operates as a sprawling global AI media ecosystem. It's not just hosting files anymore, it is actively shaping human culture.
Part 2. The attention engine inside. Now that rapid evolution from simple video hosting, that was entirely powered by a hidden machinery working just beneath the surface. Honestly, one single algorithm changed the entire internet. Let's break down exactly how this engine operates step by step. So initially, early algorithms really just tracked clicks, but the game fundamentally changed when the system shifted to step 1, tracking watch time. The platform realized that keeping you glued to your screen was way more valuable than just tricking you into clicking some misleading thumbnail. This shift single-handedly ended the era of cheap clickbait and birthed the era of hyper-engagement. And that leads directly to step 2, where the system meticulously builds a personalized viewer profile based on your habits. It notes the exact seconds you pause or skip and the specific topics you linger on. Finally, we hit step 3. The platform serves up hyper-targeted AI recommendations. So you see, this isn't simply a video platform anymore. It is one of the world's largest, most sophisticated artificial intelligence recommendation systems ever deployed. And all of this brings us to a really foundational concept, the attention economy. Think of it as a system where user attention is the core commodity being extracted, analyzed, and eventually monetized. Every single second you spend watching, pausing, or scrolling is quantified. So the absolute crucial point here is that the real product isn't the content, it is your attention and your data. The platform built the infrastructure to capture that attention, and then, well, they figured out exactly how to sell it.
Part 3. How YouTube makes money. All right, so now that we know how they capture our attention, let's follow the money. We're going to track how user attention is directly converted into staggering corporate revenue. When we break down the different income streams, Google Ads still remains the absolute largest piece of the pie. Advertising is the primary engine here. Brands are willing to pay a massive premium to insert their messaging directly into that highly targeted AI recommendation loop we just talked about. And they do this because the intent of a dedicated video watcher is just incredibly high compared to someone passively scrolling through a text feed.
However, if you look at the rapidly growing sector right next to it, you'll see subscriptions. Between premium, music, and TV subscriptions, the platform is aggressively diversifying its income. They are literally charging users directly to bypass the very ads that built the empire in the first place. And of course, the final major stream represents the revenue shared with creators, a totally fascinating marketplace dynamic that we'll dive into in just a second.
To put a really fine point on it, we aren't just talking about a profitable website here. According to Alphabet's own annual reports, this platform generates tens of billions of dollars in annual ad revenue. Tens of billions! Just to give you some context, that staggering figure rivals the gross domestic product of several small nations. It often completely eclipses the total revenue of legacy television networks and massive global broadcasting conglomerates. It is wild.
When you stack this up against the competition, the uniqueness of this business model really starts to shine. I mean, you have Netflix, right? They spend billions of dollars up front producing studio-quality content, and they rely entirely on user subscriptions to recoup those massive costs. Then on the other end, you have TikTok, which relies on a pure rapid-fire ad model driven entirely by short-form content. And then right in the middle, there is YouTube, a highly complex, hybrid marketplace. It heavily leverages user-generated content, which means they don't pay any of those massive upfront production costs while blending both enormous ad revenue and a rapidly growing subscription base. Its scale and the underlying infrastructure are entirely unmatched in the digital economy. There's really nothing else like it.
Part 4. Rise of the creator economy. But let's be real, this incredible infrastructure would be entirely useless without the people actually making the videos, right? Surprisingly though, today's creators aren't just uploading fun videos, they are building entirely new global industries. Let's look at the partner program. This initiative fundamentally changed the internet by deciding to actually split ad revenue with the people making the content. And today, it's not just about a monthly ad check anymore. Creators have structured diverse ways to build massive businesses right on top of Google's global data centers. For example, a creator might draw you in with highly produced, ad-supported content. From there, they build deep community loyalty to sell premium channel memberships. Then they engage directly with you via paid super chats during a massive livestream event, all while seamlessly integrating direct merchandise storefronts right below the video player. It's an absolutely complete, vertically integrated business suite.
However, as with any major economy, the data tells a complex story about who actually benefits. While the platform has definitely created unprecedented career opportunities and launched incredible global businesses, the wealth is highly concentrated. The top 1% of creators capture the vast majority of the viewership and the revenue. A lot of these top creators are often operating out of massive, multi-million-dollar warehouse studios with dozens of full-time employees. Meanwhile, there's this enormous long tail of smaller creators broadcasting straight from their bedrooms, competing for fractions of a cent. It is an entirely free market, which means it carries the exact same income inequality found in traditional economies. It's just being accelerated by an algorithm.
Part 5. The Content Moderation Challenge. So, as you can probably imagine, this kind of unprecedented scale, combining billions of viewers with millions of financially motivated creators, brings some monumental, truly global challenges. The central tension here is a delicate balancing act between two extremes. On one side, you have the utopian ideal of an open platform, empowering billions of people across the globe to upload freely, share knowledge, and totally democratize media. But on the other side, you have strict platform responsibility. When you are effectively the world's largest public square, you have to combat some incredibly harsh realities. The platform is fighting a daily, non-stop war against hyper-realistic AI deepfakes that can literally manipulate public perception, massive copyright theft, the rapid spread of global misinformation, and the absolute imperative to eradicate child exploitation. Balancing this wonderful openness with strict global responsibility is arguably the hardest tightrope walk in the modern digital age.
To even begin to manage a task this massive, the platform turns back to its strongest asset, code. Take Content ID, for example. This is an automated, highly scalable digital fingerprinting system for copyright management. Just try to imagine the sheer computational power required for this to work. Millions of videos are scanned frame by frame, audio wave by audio wave, against a massive, continuously updated global database of copyrighted material the very second they are uploaded. This infrastructural tool is absolutely critical. Honestly, without Content ID, the platform would have been sued out of existence by major music labels and movie studios over a decade ago. It attempts the nearly impossible task of balancing a free, open upload system with incredibly strict international copyright laws.
Part 6. The future is an ecosystem. All right, so we've seen where it all started, we know exactly how the engine works, and we've explored the massive challenges it faces today. But where is this giant digital machine heading next, as it aggressively expands well beyond traditional video? Well, the evidence-based trends from our sources point to a platform that is practically trying to eat every other medium out there. First off, we're looking at the rapid rise of entirely AI-powered creators. I mean, imagine a fully autonomous channel where an artificial intelligence writes the script, generates photorealistic hosts, edits the footage, and interacts with the audience in real time 24 hours a day without ever sleeping. Beyond that, we're seeing massive podcast integration, turning the platform into a premier audio destination. We are watching smart TV dominance unfold, where the platform is literally replacing traditional broadcast networks right in your living room. Add in live stream commerce and immersive VR environments, and it becomes crystal clear. The next revolution may be entirely powered by AI and smart TVs, pulling every single form of media into one single hub.
And really, that brings us to the core thesis of our entire explainer. The platform's biggest asset isn't the video, it's the ecosystem. It didn't become a global titan because it went out and filmed the most content. It merely provided the blank canvas. It built the infrastructure, the massive server farms, the fiber optic cables, and the brilliant AI algorithms. Humanity provided everything else.
There's a brilliant quote from our sources that I think captures this perfectly. The greatest digital platforms don't simply create content, they create ecosystems where billions of people create value together. And that hits the nail right on the head, doesn't it? This ecosystem has fundamentally transformed global careers, it has objectively altered political landscapes around the world, and it has completely revolutionized how people educate themselves. It is a living, breathing network of human attention and digital infrastructure working flawlessly in tandem.
The world is changing incredibly fast, and by understanding the business models, the algorithms, and the physical infrastructure behind it all, you now understand exactly why. You're not just a passive viewer anymore. You are a totally active participant in a vast global attention economy. So, I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on the next time you click play. How is this ecosystem going to shape your future? Thank you so much for diving deep with me today. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.
Thanks for watching World Decoded. Make sure to like and share, subscribe, and stay curious.